Developer Arzest, previously known as Artoon, doesn't exactly have many hits behind their name. While they did work on titles like We Play Motion and The Street Pass Me Plaza, their own developed games have lacked in major key areas. The prime example in recent times was Yoshi New Island, a game that only delivered on nailing the green dinosaurs mechanics. The levels felt flat, the music was uninspiring, and nothing was truly done to make it unique. Because of that pedigree, I wasn't sure if I could go into Hey Pikmin with an open mind. Sure, this stage was set for something unique, but I wasn't comfortable without a strong leash from Nintendo. Surprisingly, it seemed that the company agreed. Why? Because Hey Pikmin might be the developer's best game by a long shot. If you are expecting a big plot out of Hey Pikmin, you are coming in with the wrong idea. We see Captain Olimar traveling through the galaxy, but before he gets a chance to make his way home, asteroids cause him to make an abrupt landing on a nearby planet. Sparklium, the fuel for his Dolphin-free ship, has suddenly been depleted, and Olimar is pretty much stuck until he can find more. It's up to you to bring Captain Olimar home by completing 2D action stages and collecting everything that can make him fuel. This ranges from seeds to large-scale treasures, which have always been a staple of the Pikmin series. Your goal in Hey Pikmin is to get 30,000 Sparklium, which seems a lot at first glance. Luckily, Sparklium is earned everywhere, and any player paying attention will find new ways to rank up points fast. Younger players will have plenty of time to get the goal together, while more wintered players will make it before reaching the end of the line. Even then, you are required to find a lost ship part at the end of the game, so there is no real rush. That is also the best way to describe the game. Unlike the regular Pikmin games, the levels are more linear and puzzle based. They give you specific goals and goodies to shoot for, which is good for unwinding on your Nintendo 3DS. The controls complement this thought perfectly. You move Captain Olimar with the circle pad, while all other interaction uses the touchscreen. This can be blowing your whistle, throwing Pikmin, or even touching certain objects. All in all, it's pretty straightforward while walking on land or in the air. You move about while all cleverly picking up all that you can find. It doesn't take long to get a hang of what you're doing, and I found it quite fun to toy around with. It never becomes too challenging or head-smashingly frustrating, which is one of the great things I like about it. You play a couple of levels, have a good time, and go do something else. The game does overstay its welcome a little, but I only found this a particular problem at the end of the journey. Hey Pikmin is filled to the brim with secret levels, treasures, and additional ways to earn Sparklium, which can be all a little too much. The real state of the Nintendo 3DS benefits the gameplay to the fullest. It gives you a grand perspective, allowing you to throw Pikmin at higher locations. This can be useful with the yellow and winged Pikmin variations. The yellow Pikmin can easily reach the upper screen, which is beneficial for goodies or pulling down vines. The critters are also resistant against electricity. This ability is used in a grand number of ways. There is, for example, a level where you use these Pikmin as a source to connect two wires. The winged Pikmin, introduced in Pikmin 3, can be flung at high speeds. It will make destroying incoming enemies an absolute snap. Next to this, the cute fellows will pick up Olimar and help him descend down into new areas. There are more Pikmin types to come into play here. With the red Pikmin, you get friends that are resistive to fire and enemies of that ilk. In one of the later worlds, the reds have to stomp out fire and clear out the way for you. Similar things can be said about the rock Pikmin, which are basically known for two things. They are the strongest out of the bunch and can break crystals all across the stages. The Pikmin type that are showcased the least are the blue Pikmin. The blues are best known for surviving water and being able to swim. While they are great fighters beneath the sea, their moving patterns don't really benefit these stages. In short sections, this is something you can tolerate. Once you move 20 blues all at the same time though, you will need to spam your whistle constantly to keep them together. Luckily, there are only a handful of stages that make use of the blue Pikmin, so your mind never goes fully into insanity territory. That being said, they are the part that I had the least amount of fun with in Hey Pikmin. As you move along the bushes and blow your whistle, you're always given the correct Pikmin for the task. Hey Pikmin gives you puzzle pieces to work with, and it's your task to be careful with them. One misstep and an ally will say its dear life farewell. Where the loss of one Pikmin in previous games wasn't all that heart-wrenching, here it can mean the difference of clearing a puzzle. In one of the stages I encountered, I got 4 yellow Pikmin right from the start. Mere moments into the stage, I sadly lost one of them, which I didn't think was a big deal. Less than a minute later, I got access to a treasure that, you guessed it, needed 4 Pikmin to grasp. It are moments like these that made me learn to play considerate. Once again, the game doesn't force you to take everything hasty, and you should take this approach to heart. The Pikmin carry everything to Captain Olimar directly this time around, which can cause for alarming situations. Your Pikmin are always a target when you're letting them do your dirty work, so keeping a close eye on them is the best thing you can do. You need to be careful yourself as well. If you overshoot a Pikmin and it touches an opponent, the Pikmin will be defeated on the spot. As a result, I found myself replaying stages until I got them down and collected all the treasure. Considering the paths that you need to find, it became a chill way to see the game through the end. As far as the presentation of Hey Pikmin is concerned, I'm honestly impressed. The backgrounds are nice to look at, but I do wish there was more going on. That being said, everything happening on the foreground perfectly fits the Nintendo 3DS. The characters and set pieces look sharp in the system and bring a lot of color to the side-scrolling stages. If you are looking for 3D effects, however, you're out of luck. Hey Pikmin doesn't support them. The music is equally good. There's a lot of atmosphere that goes along with it, which the composer absolutely nailed. It breathes Pikmin and offers additional characters to the worlds. I have heard that there is slowdown on regular Nintendo 3DS units, which is saddening. Hey Pikmin doesn't seem like a game that should struggle on older versions, but on new 3DS it ran like a charm. Another part of the presentation is the pure charm present in the game. If you want the game to instantly put a smile on your face, you owe it to yourself to read the logs. From enemy entries to treasure, Captain Olimar gives insight on what kind of purpose they serve. What helps is that the names for everything are hilarious. One of the treasures that you find is an NES cartridge for Ice Climbers, which carries the name Revenge Fantasy. Even the amiibo statues that you capture get their Olimar takes as well. Another way that Hey Pikmin brings the charm are with the little scenes in the levels. As you go along, the Pikmin will play around or pop up in unique ways. I don't want to spoil too many of these, but they are great to see and they're just all around lovely. Hey Pikmin was a much better game than I was anticipating. The flow of the levels is solid and it simply relaxes me while I play. While there are some annoyances like the underwater levels, there's nothing that spoke me here as being game breaking. I flew through the sectors at hand, mainly through the variety and unique level gimmicks. Because of this, I'm rewarding the game if I like it a lot. It was so fun to pick up Hey Pikmin, play a few stages and move on to something else. The title was a perfect way to kick back, relax and let the Pikmin entertain me in adorable ways. With plenty of charm and intriguing goals to shoot for, Hey Pikmin delivers something that can only be made on Nintendo 3DS. I have no idea what inspired you, Arzest, but please keep it up.